think of it.
Alright, hello and welcome to League of Vloggers. This is episode It Doesn't Matter because this is a fun episode, for the most part. Not
With
fun for
food.
us, fun for EU. But we are we are talking about Rift Rivals this week. The good, the bad, and just mostly the ugly. Because I don't think there really was any good.
The good, the bad, and the hospitalized.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, frick. Yeah.
So, Rift Rivals happened this past weekend. It has come and gone. And they got shit on. End of show. See you guys next week.
I mean,
That's it.
I think that's drastically oversimplifying it. Was EU better? Obviously, they won it, and they won it fairly handily. Honestly, I thought the biggest disappointment was not Cloud9, because there were some extenuating circumstances, which we'll get to, and not that they looked good. But TSM,
Yeah.
They
it
won the
was.
game against Fnatic in the round robin, and looked bad the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, I think they made a comment like Fnatic hasn't lost a game yet this split. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, they had not lost till TL beat them, but yeah.
Which is baffling, considering, like you said, TL or
Or no,
TL
did they beat TL and TL beat OG and G2?
Well, Fnatic won both games on Friday. I mean, on the first day that I know.
Right.
And then they
you
lost.
won all the
Oh,
games.
okay,
on
they
day
did lose
one.
on day 2 then.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, right, no, yeah, because Fnatic lost to TSM. Duh, I already knew that. So yeah, that's the only game Fnac's lost this split.
Which is wildly interesting, considering, like you said, TSM did so poorly the rest of Rift Rivals. It's like, I get that EU's good. They're not a bad region. They've got
No.
amazing players over there. Like, I mean, Fnatic has some of the best players, and G2's got all the other ones.
G2's like a super team. Like,
Yeah.
the only thing they could really improve is their jungle.
And
And that's saying that's.
And Jankos is not bad by any
Yeah, I know. I'm
means.
like Jankos is really good.
Yeah.
So.
And
Ugh.
I feel like Origin wasn't so hot last split, and they're looking pretty good, at least the very little that I've seen of them.
They played much better this weekend than I was expecting to see from them. Honestly, that's where I felt the most wrong about the things I said coming in this weekend, because I had said G2's the best, no problem. Team Liquid's really good. We saw that. Fnatic's good. We saw that. I said TSM and Cloud9, you just don't know what you're going to get out of them. We saw that, and I didn't think Origin was very good. And Origin was good. I was wrong. Origin's a good team.
Yeah.
Fnatic's a very good team. I still don't think they're quite TL. Like, they're close.
Yeah.
But I think TL's like, I think I would go G2, TL, Fnatic up above everybody else. And there's probably a gap for G2 as well. TL, Fnatic. And then there's another jump down, and then Origin, and then TSM are an electron cloud around an Origin nucleus, right? Like, they're somewhere in this vicinity. I don't know if it's above, below, off to the side, or what. Like,
in some games, it's all of the above.
if I determine their position, I no longer know what team they are.
Okay.
And if I know what team they are, Cloud9 and TSM, I can't know their position. That's just the way it is.
Alright. That's fair.
They are Schrodinger's
I like the
Schrodinger's
analogy,
franchises.
metaphors, whichever it is.
You guys want to finish my fries? I don't
I
need
don't.
them.
Yes.
I'm already drinking most of the calories that I burnt off earlier today.
Alright.
The food didn't help, so...
No.
Yeah. So I mean, everybody else thought Origin looked pretty darn good, right?
Yeah.
Like they weren't amazing. They weren't one of those top 3 squads, but they were good.
Didn't they like very easily win the first game on?
Oh yeah, all
Yeah,
the EU
like,
teams
yeah,
did for the
that-
most part.
Well,
the
TL
only-
gave them a run for the whoever they played a run for their money. Sorry, I watched 8 games today, none of day 2, just as a heads up for
That's
to
fine.
know why I'm ignorant about things, or I may like second guess or not know something. But
Yeah, I mean, like
I do know
TSM
game one
obviously
was not
looked
good looking.
TSM looked better on day 2. They got a good win. Cloud9. So okay, let's talk about Cloud9 because I think that's probably outside of G2, which we'll spend the most time talking about G2 and then TL behind them. But let's talk about Cloud9 a bit.
Yeah.
Because they had a very interesting set of circumstances. The entire team got sick. And not just a little sick.
It's sad.
Like, Sneaky was hospitalized after day 1, and that's why Blabber was subbed in, because international event, you're only allowed to have a 6-person roster. Because otherwise we just would have saw Keith come in.
Yeah.
And, like, we've seen him do fine before.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
have that.
So Keith's not allowed to come in, so it's okay. Blabber's your only substitute. Play Blabber, And so it's like, okay, where do we put everybody to make this work? They left Svenskeren in the jungle, put Blabber in the mid lane, and played Niski down bot.
Mm-hmm.
And they were actually like doing well for a little while.
Oh, I missed. Maybe I'll watch day 2 at some other point, but I missed this. But day 3 was Blabber in the jungle, and then Niski still in mid, and then Svenskeren's ADC.
Svenskeren in the bot, yeah.
I remember tuning into that game and being like, "What? What's going on?"
So I didn't actually know that Cloud9 had been like sick until like after I'd watched all of the matches.
And you were just like confused, thought they were.
Well,
fucking
I was
around.
just like, so it looks like EU's just fucking around and crushing us.
Yeah.
And so I thought maybe Cloud9 was like, I'm gonna meme on you guys too. We're gonna pull out sneaky. We're gonna fucking lane shift everyone. It's
that
gonna
would be a very Cloud9. I mean, not that they would actually do it, but they are the meme team.
Yeah, so I was just like, okay, well, so EU is having fun and they're still winning. Maybe if Cloud9 has fun too, maybe they pull a surprise win out. And then I was like, okay. I mean, they didn't play super bad. I mean, a lot of those games
They didn't
were
win.
one side or the other completely crushed. It was a steamroll in a lot of those games.
Yeah. It, like, oddly enough, Cloud9 should have been the team that lost the hardest the most. Did they lose the most? Yes, they're the only team who didn't win a game.
Yeah.
But they weren't losing the hardest overall. Like, you could just tell that they weren't going to win a game,
Yeah,
but they were still, like, kind of in it.
They were kind of turtling all the games that they could. They were very, very slowly losing.
Yeah, and I think that, honestly, might be a good thing that, or a good way to reason out why they didn't lose so hard. It was because they weren't being aggressive, because they weren't in a position to be.
Yeah.
So, like,
That is true.
while
I
it
don't-
looks like they didn't lose
Yeah.
so hard, like I said, the fact that you knew they were never going to win, it never looked like they were going to win generally. So maybe, like, their losses were worse because of that. So, yeah.
I didn't really think about that. The fact that they just weren't aggressive.
I
Like,
hadn't
they normally
either,
are,
so I'm
they-
glad Chase
yeah.
brought it up.
So, I have insight sometimes.
But yeah, I mean,
I was just like, nah.
I hope Cloud9's players all recover. We're probably not going to see great things out of them in this coming week either, because, like I said, multiple players, including like Golden Glue from the bench, had spent time at the hospital, had been on IVs. Like,
I
there's a
hope they're
virus
all
going
feeling
around
better.
that house, and it was wrecking people.
That sucks. I really do hope they're feeling better for next week.
Right.
Are we playing this
Yeah.
weekend?
Oh yeah.
And EU gets a week off, right? I think, to travel back.
Yes, I
I
believe so.
think they were talking about that, which makes
God,
sense.
that would set them 2 whole weeks
I
behind.
know, that's what I was
crazy.
about to mention.
Oh yeah, that is strange.
I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. If anybody's watching, they can fact
Yeah.
check it.
Alan will
Yeah.
know.
Fake news,
Yeah. But
potentially.
yeah, I assume we'll probably see a kind of rough week out of Cloud9 this week as well. Just
Do you have the
You don't
piece of paper
recover
by
fast.
chance?
Nope.
That shows like the upcoming matches.
oh
Do you
no,
happen to have one?
I did
Oh.
not print one off because
Wow. That's okay.
I
Well,
didn't
we could have
have-
used last week's just to see the upcoming,
Oh
right?
yeah, those get thrown out.
Conveniently enough, I can pull this schedule.
Yay!
off.
But
We'll get to it, but
Mhm.
yeah, that way we can.
so yeah, Cloud9. Hope to see those guys feeling better. A rough thing, like that's just the Cloud9 curse because way back before before Rift Rivals, the first All-Star thing was the first like mid-season thing, and before MSI existed. And All-Stars, they're head to All-Stars, and that's when High had his lung collapse. Like a day or two before they were supposed to leave.
Hi, the one that.
Yeah.
Like,
High
I haven't seen
Lamb
him in,
High.
like, wow, a minute.
You last saw him on like FlyQuest, probably.
Yeah. No. I don't think
Or Golden Guardians.
I didn't know of High as a player. I've only known him as like a caster.
Oh yes.
I just haven't seen him in a
Yeah,
long
he
time
was
now.
the original
I think about
star mid laner for Cloud9, amazing
about
shot
that, yes.
caller, and Cloud9 had been the top team, so they were head to All Stars because All Stars, the first iteration of it, was
of MSI.
All Stars. It wasn't MSI didn't even exist yet.
Not even Worlds.
Worlds did.
Okay,
MSI did not.
Gotcha. Okay.
So Cloud9, all the top teams were headed, as well as like a few other players who were like voted to go, kind of thing. So there's like 2 kind of things going on. There's like a little tournament, and then that, and it didn't include like all the minor regions. It was just like the 4 bigs.
Gotcha.
So yeah, Cloud9 was gonna go, and High like had a collapsed lung and couldn't make it. And so I think he went in his stead.
Gotcha.
Like this was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, oh, don't worry, guys, you don't have to travel. Because it was in Europe as well. So it was like, oh, you can't get on a plane with a collapsed lung. They will not allow that.
Yeah.
Conveniently, in Europe, they've got trains that go everywhere.
Yeah, but
Very
to
quickly.
get to Europe,
Yeah.
Oh,
High-
oh.
yeah,
Plane.
High speeds.
Oh, yeah.
they could have shipped him over on a boat. Would have taken a few days, though.
Yeah. It would have taken a while because he was probably LA,
Yes.
and then to get to the other side
so
of
he
America.
would have had to like be driven across the U.S.
Yeah. If I was
and
high, I'd
then
be
on
like,
a boat.
no.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Yes.
Not happening.
Yeah.
So it wasn't gonna happen.
But yeah, so like that's just the way that went. But yeah, let's move on.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about G2 or TL first, or Fnatic? Let's talk about Fnatic a little bit. If people have things to say about them.
I don't have much.
I'm okay with talking about Fnatic.
Anyway.
Yeah, kick it off, Chase.
Reckless looked good.
Ooh, I do know that name.
That
guy was doing this.
So Reckless always generally looks pretty good, but I thought he looked especially good this weekend. And like Fnatic, for the little bit that I did watch them last split, they seemed like they were having like a rough split last split.
Yeah, they had ups and downs last split. Yeah,
and it kind of looks like they pulled together. Granted, I only saw the matches that they played during Rift Rivals. I haven't gone back and watched anything else, so they could be still having ups and downs in Europe. But
yeah, they're top of their freaking league, 8-0.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They are
Fnatic's
undefeated
the one
right now.
that's
in
doing
EA.
I did just say that 5 seconds
I
ago.
was like, you said that.
I mean, to be
You
fair,
taught
their
me.
game against G2 had a lot of G2 feeding at the beginning,
Yeah.
and then G2 did come back.
Oh, you mean okay, NEU? I'm like, but they
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
play each other at Rift
No.
Rivals. What are you talking
No,
about?
and I think that the biggest difference between last split and this split, obviously Caps was taken by G2 from Fnatic,
Ooh.
and so Nemesis was new to the team,
Yes.
or new to starting at least. I don't know if he was on their bench previously. So they've been working on that. I think the most impressive thing I saw out of Fnatic this weekend was they played their backup jungler Dan, and he's pretty damn good too.
I like Dan.
Like he's not Broxa good.
Yeah.
Let's not get crazy here.
Or
but
Jankos.
like he was all right. Like he,
Wait, you saying jungler or?
Yeah, Dan's the sub jungler for Fnatic.
And the jungler for G2 is.
Yankos.
Oh, so the main guy. They didn't play their main guy, Brox.
They
Why not?
played both of them. We just also
sorry.
saw Dan.
Gotcha. Were they just that confident?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, also like they're games that don't matter, so why not get some
I
experience?
guess that's true.
in?
Yeah.
But yeah, like he looked good, and I mean, kudos to them. I don't know that he's gonna get good enough that you'll be able to like swap him out during like a really important competition.
Yeah.
But I think against like lesser teams in the playoffs, you probably can.
Yeah. I mean, if they do what TL did last split and basically ace their way through to a first spot in their division, they'll play them after that most likely.
Yeah,
I don't
so-
know much about them, but that's what happened with like C9 or TL or something like. Didn't they
Mhm.
sub in someone after they had already?
That was
Secure.
last year, Blabber. Oh, I guess no, they played Blabber at the end of this split.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Okay.
Well, and so I haven't seen Guipo play since Worlds last year, and he was a beast during Worlds, or maybe it was MSI, maybe it was both.
No, it was Worlds.
And he came back today. Like, I mean, not
This
came back, but
weekend,
yeah, like saw him play this weekend, and he is still disgustingly good.
Yeah, he's very good.
Like,
I mean, I think Wonder is better than him, but I think he's great competition for Wonder.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean, well, considering, like I said, like Fnatic had like their ups and downs last split, they're having a really good split this year. Like, Guipo was a rookie last year, right?
I think he
really?
was new to starting.
Yeah.
Okay.
If
But
he
not
was a
like a
rookie,
full
it was at the
rookie.
beginning of this year, like
Yeah.
the spring split, but I don't remember for sure. He might have been.
Yeah, because I thought he was a rookie at Worlds last year. Like, I mean, maybe not like.
It was his first Worlds, yes.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? No, last year he was a rookie because him and Soaz were still splitting time up through Worlds even, but he had overtaken Soaz basically summer split.
So that dude was just a rookie last year, and he's
Yeah,
playing at
and-
this
and-
level
So is Licorice. Or has that been a year and a half now?
I think that's been like a year and a half.
Okay.
because
Yeah.
I don't remember us saying that he was a rookie last year. I think I remember that for Licorice, anyways.
No, I think he was because last year was his first Worlds as well.
Okay, could be.
So
He's
him and
really
Whippo both just started last year.
Well, Guipo looked really, really good, and like I mean, Licorice, he's been looking okay here and there, but like next to Guipo, not so much.
No, I think Whippo's better. Honestly, like Wonder, Whippo, Yankeos, the Shy, Khan Top in Korea.
Yeah.
I think those guys, and I'm sure I'm forgetting a couple, but those are probably the best top laners in the world. Licorice is not playing as well this split, but I think Cloud9's also been like adjusting their style, and it's not working out as well. Like they're trying to feed him more, and I feel it works out less because he's not getting 2v1 situations where he outplays, and if you know the enemy is going to have their jungler up there, you're more likely to bring yours up as well, so he's not getting nearly as many 1v1 situations, which is where he really excelled. So, I don't know about that. But yeah, I mean, Whippo's fantastic.
It's fun to watch him play.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch a lot of these people play, because, I mean, again, I don't know them that well in their division of EU. Like, I only seen them a few times. Origin, I didn't really know at all.
Yeah.
But it was fun watching, like, different play styles. It really was, because they're faster paced. They initiate.
I mean, I
cover
was saying it
quicker and
Yeah, I was saying last split. I mean, Cloud9 was the fastest team out of NA, and I think they probably still are one of them. Although they've slowed down with that new kind of style they're going with, which is to be expected as you're like learning it and whatnot. But yeah, they're a little bit slower now. And you have Fnatic G2. I mean, G2's the fastest team and bloodiest team. Period.
Yeah.
They average so many kills a minute. They just want to fight constantly. They are European Vietnam team, basically.
And to be fair, most of the matches this last weekend were ridiculously bloody. It was crazy. Some of the kill counts at the end of those matches, like 25-12. like I don't know if we hit 30s on any team individually.
I think only the production show match.
Okay.
The NA versus EU production teams.
But we
I believe that
like
ended 36-9 or something.
Oh my gosh.
NA had that, right?
Yeah, NA crushed.
Good job, production team.
Poor Medic is not a good jungler. I don't know what his rank is, but I know it's like not very high. Like because most of NA's like staff are their production people are like they had a invite once to like owners and whatnot. So you have Dyrus, former pro, and he's still pretty good. You've got Reggie, former pro, current owner. He's okay.
Yeah.
You've got Steve, Liquid owner. He's okay. It's Liquid's owner. He's okay. But then you had Kobe, who's still pretty good actually, and then West Rice in the bot lane. And West Rice is still quite good actually. Like he put on a clinic on Ezreal. It was really gross.
Oh, I missed that one.
It was a lot of fun.
So before we migrate to G2, I want to go to Origin for just a second.
Yeah.
Like, we had Mithy on TSM last year, and
he was bad on TSM. Him and Sven were both bad on TSM.
Exactly, yeah. Like, he wasn't great. This split, or at least during Rift Rivals, I haven't seen how he's played, like, outside of Rift Rivals, but he was really good this weekend. I was like, what the hell happened? Like, we shipped him off to EU and, like, you learned how to play again?
Yeah.
Like,
who was the Rakan that escaped 3 times with the 3 Braum?
Mithy,
Was that Mithy?
I think it was,
yeah.
Against Cloud9.
Yeah.
Zazel, like, kept all the... Him and Sneaky, because it was day 1.
Yeah.
They would, like, they'd be one shot away from, like... locking him up, and then you know he's dead. And he would just always be just out of auto range.
Or he'd like jump to his teammate just out of
his Q would just come back up. Yeah. Always.
I remember them commenting on that. I thought it might be him.
Like, Patrick's not a bad AD carry.
He's okay.
And I think that, for whatever reason, Mithy is just jiving really well with him. Or...
Mithy's really, really good. He played the worst split of his life in North America.
Yeah.
Or splits. I think he was around for the whole year. But yeah.
That sucks, though.
It was by far the worst of his professional career was when he was on TSM. And it probably has a lot to do, or it has to do with a lot of things. Just, you know, the way the team plays, the coaching staff, you know, whether he felt comfortable, you know, living in LA as opposed to Berlin, you know. Like, maybe he just didn't adjust well.
Yeah. That's very true.
Because, yeah, Mithy... EU Mithy, great. NA Mithy, bad.
Yeah, I didn't really have a whole lot else to talk about Origin, but I wanted to bring it up because...
It's either him or him. I think it was him.
You're good. You were...
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, no worries. I was just saying, I don't really have anything else to say about Origin. I just wanted to bring up the fact that Mithy looked so poorly the last time I saw him, and he looked so good in Rift Rivals.
It's nice to see him play well, because he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like, every interview I've heard with him, he's pretty, like, soft-spoken, but he's a nice person. Yeah, and it's really funny that, like, he's the one who went back and Sven stayed, because it was actually Mithy that TSM wanted.
Really?
Yeah, when they picked up that duo,
That's
they
cool.
were trying to get Mithy.
Yeah.
and he said he wanted Sven to come with. Because at the time, TSM still had double lift. And he's like, I want my bot laner. I've been playing with him for years. Because they had been dominating on G2 for years. And he's like, I want Sven to come with. And, Reggie's like, fine, we'll do that if, he wants to come. And, like, reach out to him, too. And, like, Mithy helped convince him to come. And then they did. And
I think you've probably
Sven stayed,
before,
which I think has a lot to do with, though, he's super competitive. And he
Yeah.
did not want to leave, like, with it being like, oh, and he sucked for a
Yeah.
year.
So
He's like, no, I'm going to stay and redeem myself. And he's better now, for sure. Like, is he
It's working
great?
better.
No. Is he
Yeah.
good? Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, so I know Alan really wants to talk about G2, so I guess let's move
go.
to that. I was going to
G2.
talk about TL before that, just because I figured we had less
Let's
to
talk
say about
TL
them.
last,
But,
'cause they're NA.
Fair.
yeah, but... All right, but G2, I mean, we've seen it in EU. They kind of play whatever they want, and they did the same at Rift Rivals, even to a crazier degree against teams in the round robin.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just playing fucking nonsense at times.
Mhm.
Like, when you play a mage in the bot lane, that's fine. It's Perks. Perks is, a mid laner before this year. That makes sense. He does it in EU, and it works well. He does it here. It works well, whatever. But, like, there was a couple comps that was just like... There was a couple comps that, it was just like, what the fuck? Huh?
Yeah.
Which is how they lost to TL so hard in the round robins. Because TL just took them out.
Yeah.
Now, in the relay race, it was a lot closer match against TL. They played a normal comp, and TL still beat them,
Okay.
which is weird because like they crushed TL so hard at MSI.
Yeah.
Like, and granted, TL did split with them 1-1 in the group stage there.
Yeah.
But it just surprised me that like they couldn't pull it out. That was the only team they lost to. They
Yeah.
crushed TSM, they crushed Cloud9, they played fucking whatever they felt like.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, against a sick Cloud9 and a not showing up very well TSM, not surprising. I mean, I said it going into this tournament, G2 is one of the best, if not the best team in the world right now. Like, MSI wasn't a fluke. They crushed. They beat... The only team they didn't beat in the playoffs was IG, and I think while that would have been a better matchup for IG than, SKT or Cloud9, I still don't think they would have won that. The IG that showed up to semifinals would not beat G2.
You mean the ones that lost to TL?
Yeah. Yeah, I said it's Cloud9, sorry. But yeah, TL. So it's just like, G2's really fucking good.
Yeah.
They're a stacked team. Wonder's one of the best top laners in the world. Perks was one of the best mid laners. He's now playing bot, and he's doing just fine, which also means their champion pool, not just for like bot lane and comps, but also having flex picks, which are super impactful in the meta these days. That's bigger. Oh, Caps is also one of the best mid laners in the world, so that's great. Mickey X is a really, really good support, and Yankos is a really, really good jungler. Like,
That's
what the
they're doing
fuck
so
do you
well.
want to improve on that team?
You
Like,
said Yankos, and even then, I mean, it's not like why risk the synergy and
yeah.
practice he's built with this team
Exactly.
for someone else?
Yeah,
anyways, you know?
I mean, and when I said Yankos, I was just saying, oh, if I could replace him with somebody else in EU, I would say Brox is better.
Yeah.
But I don't even think it's by much.
Yeah.
It's like me, like same place Bwipo with Wonder. I don't think it's by a large margin. I think that margin's bigger, but it's just like they're all five of them. It is a super team, and they're fun to watch. They're super aggressive. They're forcing teams, but by playing weird stuff and playing really fast and aggressive.
Yes.
What they're doing is forcing teams into a mechanical skill matchup, which is not usually what you see out of pro games. And I think that's the interesting that like kind of turns that whole level of play on its head. Because generally speaking, at the top level of play of any sport, any competition, it becomes about strategy. And that's, from single player stuff like tennis all the way out to like, NFL football. Like, yes, having the most talented players helps to a point, but if you're poorly coached, if you have a bad game plan, if you don't execute well, you end up losing because you're making bad decisions over a long period of time. And instead, G2's just like, it's a video game, so we have the option to just play as hard and fast in their face as possible, and make them skill match up with us all the time. Because, like, you know, in a normal sport, there's always, like, one ball or something. Like, if everybody had a ball, then you could do this, but you can't. So it's just like, no, we're going to all run at their faces right away, go, hey, do you have the same mechanics we do at, you know, 5 to 8 minutes in the game? Because we do this every game. You do this when you face us. I bet we're better at it. And they are. And then they do that from 5 to 8 minutes, and over that 3 minutes, they gain a fucking 2.5K gold lead, and then they just keep going, and it snowballs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that aggression, like, it's not just aggression for the sake of it. It is seriously just pushing people into a skill matchup and going, can you do it? Now, if a team like Fnatic can do it, then you end up with G2 feeding their ass off.
Yeah.
And that's
Because
what,
they're going to go in and risk the play.
Right.
That Fnatic knows how to respond.
exactly, yeah. Like, if you
it.
do that against Nemesis, who actually is quite good, or against, like, Reckless in the bot lane, like, Reckless is really fucking good. And you saw the same, actually, this weekend, where Double Lift was outplaying it sometimes, because Double Lift's really fucking good, and so is Core JJ, and you saw it in the top lane some, because it's fucking impact. Like, TL and Fnatic are two of the, I think, only teams in the West that are as stacked as you need to be to respond to that kind of play from G2.
So just to get a feel for like what G2 was playing, day one they played Yasuo, Gragas in the bot lane,
Which we've been seeing Cloud9 do.
Grasua.
So tip of the hat there that they're just like, let's do. Yeah, the
Grasua.
Grasua.
I like that. The announcer said that. I was like, stealing that.
MF mid lane, Lee Sin jungle, and then
MF what?
Nico top.
MF mid.
TF.
Sorry, TF.
I'm like,
Not Misfortune.
MF.
Twisted Fate. Sorry,
laughing.
got my two peeps mixed up.
And then who was it top? Nico?
Yeah.
Nico top.
Yeah.
That was day one.
And it was, I saw Nico being run this weekend, and just a note, it wasn't AD Nico generally, it was like slightly tanky AP, so like Zonia's and maybe a Rylai,
Right,
and they were running Glacial Augment so you could run people down. It's like, thank you for like making a good Nico build.
Yeah. And I mean, so day one they played against Cloud9. Cloud9 was playing the Sonateric build, and they got pooped on.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
straight up pooped on.
That was a quick game. It was like 23 minutes, I think. Like, real quick.
Yeah.
Then day two, they brought out.
Oh, I didn't
we
even
had
see
Zed
that.
and Yumi in the bot lane.
Yes.
We had TF.
What?
And this is the game
Evelyn?
TL pooped on them.
Yes.
Okay, and
We had,
Shyvana. But
TF
that's so
mid
cool.
lane,
They were
yeah.
like, let's throw fucking
Their
darts at the
coach
champion.
mentioned that Yanko says, I mean, he said he's never played Evelyn, which I assume means never in a pro match. Whether or not that's true, I'm not completely sure, but yeah. He doesn't play Evelyn.
Yeah, Evelyn in the jungle, and then
That's so
Shyvana
cool.
up in the top lane.
So what was the score? Like TL Super won the game?
Yeah,
or?
it was pretty
I'd have to scroll
lopsided.
to the end of the video. Sorry, I was trying to get to
Oh,
the
that's
video
cool.
too,
Yeah.
so it would
Oh,
load
yeah.
up this stuff. It was the easiest way to pull up stats.
Oh, that is beginning stats. But yeah. No, it was fairly lopsided. It took a little bit to get going, and then Liquid just started getting kills everywhere. Like every time people showed up, they.
Oh, I don't know if it's gonna update since I skipped
Just
through
look
the
up
bottom
here.
of the video. Oh,
14 to 6.
ha!
Yeah.
Well,
Funny.
they didn't like dominate too hard. But,
Well,
I mean,
it wasn't bloody. They just
yeah.
closed it out.
And quick, 24 minutes. Okay.
That's the, and that's more the
Cool,
TL
yeah.
way is we're gonna get these kills and then we're gonna take all the objectives.
Yeah.
Whereas GG's like we're gonna get all these kills, get an objective or two, and then we're gonna get a whole bunch more kills,
Yeah.
and like they just do that over and over until they have all the kills ever.
Man.
And then day 3, we saw
Yeah.
them on a Zoe Bard in the bot,
I
Lucian
haven't watched
mid,
these games, man. I missed a whole day's worth.
Pike in the jungle,
Weird
and then
stuff.
Olaf top.
Yes.
Oh, off top. That's great.
I
In
mean,
the Pike jungle, because I don't ever
and
see that.
that
because
one
I
worked
mean,
in-
they could have like lane swapped if they needed to, but because I mean, they had Pike. Pike can play
Right.
top, and Olaf
And,
is
like,
primarily a jungle.
That's one of those games though where you just look at TSM, and you're just like, come on, guys.
Yeah, that was garbage.
Like
That was really
They do
bad.
bad?
TSM
Oh,
was
they
really,
played
really bad.
Yeah, it wasn't good. I
I
think TSM, like I
Yeah,
said,
on that one.
they were the team I was most disappointed in this weekend. I just think
Yeah.
they just didn't play well.
Agreed.
They got the one win against
They
Fnatic on
played
day 2, and that was it.
Acadian day 1 and then Greg day 2 and
Yeah.
3, right?
I
think
believe so.
I don't know about day 2.
18-3, and that's before
That's great,
the.
so.
Yeah, before Explosion.
Woo.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, but TL, their comps are, or not TL, sorry, G2, their comps are really fun to watch. Their aggression is really fun to watch. I'm curious if any other teams who have the kind of players where they can do stuff like this will start to do it. Because, I mean, really, like, we've been seeing these Vietnamese teams for, like, a year and a half or so, maybe 2 years now, get these, like, upset. It's been 2 years, actually, because it's been 2 MSIs and 2 Worlds, I think, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, they get these, like, upsets, and they do it with just raw aggression and, like, maybe one skilled player, like Levi. I mean, nothing beats the level 6 Nocturne when everybody else is, like, level 3 and 4.
So Ellen informed me that there was a lane swap. Yasuo went top, and it was Nico Gragas bot.
Oh, right, yeah. No, that is true.
Yeah, I think I mentioned that. Right.
But yeah, so it's just like we saw that happen, and these teams who didn't have many good players were getting upsets over teams with lots of good players who played like a normal style. We're seeing G2 take that style, add it to the really good players, and like, you know, one of the most stacked squads you could have, let's be honest. I mean, it's not like Dynasty SKT, but like it's not far off. Like, it's just the rest of the competition is closer now than it was back then. But yeah, like, I want to see other teams do it. Like, I don't think TL has it in their blood to play that way, but
I want to see
fuck, would it be fun?
Yeah, well, because that's what we watch the games for. We watch the team fights. We watch the jungler invading. We watch them Kindred hopping over a wall to avoid walking in the... But, like, all this to set up a game. We want to see that.
Yep.
That's what makes fun games, just like skirmishes and, you know, other sports.
I mean, and
it would
maybe...
be fun if they adopted it. Especially in NA, when, like, people aren't going to respond to... Like, C9 may be the only one who can, like, stave off the incoming attack for a bit and still lose.
Right,
but steamroll over.
Cloud9 was the only one who was playing fast at all. Last split, they've slowed down. I want to see them go back so bad. I know they've tried to reroute their focus from like mid bot to top lane, but fuck, they just need to be faster again, because you see it with G2 and you can see what good players can do.
And like, they try and they still lost, lose, like when the Fnatic, and they lost to Fnatic for that.
I would actually venture to say TL has the worst players to try and do, you know, while having really good players. Like, none of them are super aggressive. Like, Jensen is aggressive. Yeah. Xmithie can be, we've seen it.
Sometimes.
Impact will win the 1v1, but it's not like playing Akali and stuff. I think Cloud9 kind of can, but I don't know if they're good enough to pull it all the way off. Whereas I think TSM, like, we're seeing Broken Blade get better and better, so that's fine. I think Greg and Acadian can both do it, you know, like, so, okay, you're kind of keeping up with Cloud9 there. But Niski's not as good as Bjergsen, I don't think. While he's great and all, like, I don't think it's the same. But then you go to bot lane, and it's like, well, I don't know that Sneaky and Zazel can be aggressive, but I don't know that Sven can be either. I know Smoothie can be. Like, I want to see those teams push fast, and I don't know that they will.
We're not going to get G2 levels.
Oh, no, I mean...
It's not going to happen.
You've got to get Bang onto one of those teams, and if you go... Let's see. Bang, Smoothie, I don't know, Bjergsen can play fast.
I think Jensen would be better.
I think Jensen, yeah. Jensen, Svenskeren, Licorice, or Broken Blade. Either one of those two up top. I think they both play quickly. I think Broken Blade plays a little more aggressive, but I think Licorice is better still.
Can we just petition to have these players do a game for us? Like, so we can see what happens.
Dance for us, puppets. All right. So, any last thoughts on G2 other than they're just better than everybody else?
They're just fun to watch. They're better.
They're very good.
Yeah. All right, TL. Let's wrap up on TL then.
I'm proud of them.
I think they looked good.
I'm proud of them. Yeah.
They lost one game the whole time.
Okay. You make it sound like there's a slew and there's like 3.
Yeah, they played 4 games. They played 4.
Oh, okay. Am I missing? What are they?
They did the round robin, and then they played G2 in the relay race. And they were the one team that won, because NA lost the first 2, then TL won the 3rd game. And then we put in TSM figuring that they would do Fnatic for game 4, which they did. and hoping TSM could win, because we know TSM's not going to beat G2, but Liquid could if it went to 5.
So it's for the go up.
TL win 3-1 is what.
Yeah, 3-1. They lost one game.
Okay.
Who did they lose to? Was it Origin or Fnatic? I think it was Origin.
I must have missed a set of games because I only watched what was on the VODs.
It's not telling me specifically.
Just look at the schedule.
And I missed. It doesn't have it on the VODs.
Go over there, scroll all the way down.
Yeah.
Click on it, and then you'll just need to scroll up a bit. Scroll up. Yeah. Keep going. They beat Origin, so they lost to Fnatic. Oh yeah, right. Day 1 they played Fnatic. That's right.
Yep.
So I mean, okay, they lost a game to Fnatic, and they didn't look great on day 1. They were the closest game on day 1, to be honest. But so it's like, okay, that didn't go well for you. But then they beat, Origin easily. They beat G2, who was fucking around easily. And then when G2 wasn't fucking around, they still beat them. And it wasn't a blowout, but it wasn't particularly close either. Like TL owned that game as well.
Yeah, I'm missing.
They were in
an
control.
entire freaking set.
Yeah.
Have to find it.
Honestly, there weren't that many matches overall. It was a pretty quick watch.
No.
It was like
Total, it was 13 games.
Yeah. I watched them between 2 days. It wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
I probably could have gotten it.
Yeah, especially because so many of them were so fast.
Yeah.
Like, thank a sick Cloud9 and a super aggressive G2 for that. And a head up their ass TSM.
I like how you say it.
To go
But
back
is
to
true,
something
it
that
is.
hasn't been said, I don't think, since Zane left the show. We're not mad, TSM. We're just disappointed.
Yeah.
To be fair, if you're going to crap the bed, it's good to do it on matches that don't really matter. I mean, granted, it would have been nice if NA could have won, but,
Shown up.
I mean, yeah. TSM crapped the bed on stage. Cloud9 crapped the bed in the hospital.
Well, but that's a legitimate excuse.
Exactly,
Being on stage.
and somebody else cleans up after you. I think on stage they make you clean up your own if you crap there.
Oh my god.
That sounds terrible.
I think
That's why it
fine,
took
but-
Golden Guardians a second whole year before they were good, because they crapped so much the first year. The second year they were mopping up, they were busy, and then the third year they were allowed to play. So. Alright, any last thoughts on Rift Rivals?
No, I wish I had more time to get through all the games so that I wouldn't have been as clueless, but I don't think it would have changed any of my opinions at all.
But Clueless is such a good movie.
8 games that I did watch, so.
Yeah, alright, well let's look at next week's schedule quick, and do a quick breakdown of that here. So, kicking it off, FlyQuest versus Echo Fox. Is that our bubble wrapped right off the bat?
Hold on.
I think it might be.
Maybe. June.
I can't
We're in July.
imagine anything else being worse.
There we go. Right here.
Yeah. No, that's gotta be it.
Alright, so
Unless-
first day, Saturday. we got there.
It's gotta be FlyQuest and Fox, because FlyQuest is in dead
Oh,
last,
yes, we
and Fox
talked
is
about
down
that,
there
yeah.
in 9th, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So yeah, okay, we had picked that out. That's
Yeah.
right. So that's the first one.
Right, and then the game of the week would be TL versus
TL Cloud9.
Or TSM
I don't know that
Thieves.
I think it's gonna be TSM 100 Thieves
TSM
now that
100 Thieves could be the game of the week.
Yeah.
unless Cloud9's fully recovered after a week, which if
I
you
doubt
were
it.
so sick you were in the hospital and then on an IV drip, like you may be feeling like better, but you're not all the way back.
Why is 100
No.
Thieves game of the week? 100 Thieves can go shit themselves
They're on a
somewhere
3-game
else.
win streak.
No, fuck them. They're gonna lose.
Mate, if they win, what
I mean,
happens?
I'm okay.
You say that after TSM just pooped on stage.
Yeah, but 100 Thieves have been doing nothing but pooping for like the last 2 years. Like they got a week
They
and a
paid
half.
someone.
They have a
Clean it up.
year of pooping because they were really good spring split last year.
Okay.
But not summer.
No, they were.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, and they were
'cause-
good for most of summer actually. It was the end of summer when they started. Well, about halfway through summer when they started swapping out their roster.
Okay, that's right.
So it's been about a year of self pooping.
Yeah.
But it was severe. It was like Oregon Trail. You have died of
Oh
dysentery
my god!
pooping.
Yeah.
Thank you, visuals. It's great.
All right, I think that's the game of the week just because it tells us if 100 Thieves is actually good or they got a streak that came out of nowhere.
Can we make a new category for this? Because I want the game of the week to be TL and Cloud9 because those are the two head teams. They are like
Even with the sick Cloud9?
Yeah, because
okay, well
I
then
think-
that's game of the week.
But
That's fine.
we need a new category, maybe just for this one for
Most
TSM for
interesting
100
game?
Thieves. Yes, or like a big question mark. It's just
Or
a
is
big
it-
freaking question mark.
Is 100 Thieves
Gatekeeper match.
Is 100 Thieves real?
Okay. Is 100 Thieves?
Is that the end of the sentence? That's the end of the sentence. Is 100 Thieves real?
So I was gonna say more, and then my brain was just
Or
like...
are they just make believe?
Yes. Well, most interesting something. That one deserves recognition. Everything else.
Gatekeeper match, because like people talk about it in ranked ladders. That there's the gatekeepers like in Challenger and stuff.
Okay.
That's like the people who are towards the bottom of it, and you always face them like when you're trying to get up in.
Oh, I have no idea about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been extrapolated to other stuff too.
Okay.
But so the idea here being TSM is the gatekeeper. If you want to show you're good, then you have to beat them.
All right, that sounds good to me.
If you're not good, you're not going to beat TSM, and you're still just 100 shits in the bed.
100 freebs.
So those are all on Saturday, which is kind of cool. So all 3 matches that we're picking are on Saturday.
Yeah, those Saturday's going to be a big deal.
Sunday.
Golden Guardians Optic's going to be a good match because they're close in the standings.
Oh, why is it
Clutch and CLG, actually kind of same thing there. So yeah, I think honestly Sunday should be a bunch of stomps. Like Golden Guardians should take out Fox, Cloud9 should take out Clutch, TL should take out 100 Thieves, TSM should take out CLG, and Optic should take out FlyQuest.
If 100 Thieves wins both of their matches, even if they win one match this week, I'll give them this much respect.
Yeah, well, and at that point, they will have beaten 2 of the top 3
TSM and
teams.
TL. Like, if they beat either.
If they beat either of them, they get this. No, fuck that.
And they already beat Cloud9. They would have taken down 2 of the top 3 from last split.
Who did that last split? They beat TL and someone else and lost to everyone else. Is that like Optic?
I mean, if they literally lost to everyone else, it would have been 100 Thieves.
Did 100 Thieves even win a game last year, let alone against Team Liquid? I don't think so. Or by last
split?
year,
yes,
last
yes,
split.
they did. They won a couple.
They won
games.
4 games total.
Yeah,
They're garbage.
Out of
they're
18.
still better last split than original Golden Guardians was when they won 3.
Golden Guardians is too good, though.
Yeah, they're real good.
They're better now.
What are the other 2 games on Saturday? The last 2, sorry.
On Saturday, CLG TSM, I'm sorry, that's Sunday. CLG Clutch and Golden Guardians Optic.
So those are going to be good games too, I think.
Yeah.
They're closer than the Sunday matches.
These are all actually, day 1 is all teams who are close to each other in the standings, and day 2 is all teams, the furthest apart being TSM 100 Thieves, but that's just because 100 Thieves have only recently won.
So we're picking Golden Guardians on that first day, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think I will be as well.
Where are you guys going with Clutch and Counter Logic? I'm going Counter Logic.
I'm probably going to go CLG as well.
Yeah.
I don't know, Clutch has been looking like somewhat alive right now, so
is
maybe...
CLG somehow.
Yes, so CLG, that's the thing.
Like, CLG, I feel, have been playing better than they should, and Clutch has been playing worse than they should. But they also played Piglet for a couple games, because that's a good fucking idea. Remember that?
I heard of him.
They did. Remember at the very beginning of this split, he played like a week or 2, and I'm just like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Fox just got rid of Rush.
Oh yeah,
you mentioned it in the Discord, but
So yeah, quick hit on news: Rush is gone, and they picked up Mike Young,
which is a
so Echo Fox with Mike Young. I'm interested to see that.
Yeah, improvement. In
like,
my opinion.
I want to see him back on the stage because he played really well when he first showed up on the scene, and he went to TSM and. He is the last of the TSM junglers that, TSM just makes everybody awful. He's the last one that they're like, let's take this really aggressive guy and then tell him to be slow. And like, then he kind of, mentally, he was struggling with all of that, going from like being really good to being really bad, and I think the fast is slow. And
I imagine all the TSM players go through that.
Right? Yeah, I think a lot of it was just like, obviously that come down from like, looking like you're the next hot thing and then not being that, and also I'm guessing that there's a lot of coaching where like he was being told, okay, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, and that's gonna break your fucking mental, because there's no way he changed the style he jungled with coaching staff being like, you're doing everything right, Mike, keep doing it. By the way, you want to play Set 20, obviously, that's why you're playing it now, and you never played it before.
They probably have like Munchausen syndrome. They don't even like they think it's their fault or something.
Yeah, Stockholm?
Yeah,
Stockholm, yeah. Munchausen's,
where did he originate?
Sick.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like,
maybe he has both.
Where did he originate?
The first team he was on was Phoenix 1, a team that is not around anymore, and his big like
Yet. They could come back.
No,
everyone else is coming back. Dignitas is coming
Phoenix
back.
Phoenix 1 was around for like a season.
But what region?
He's NA. He's NA. And so his like big coming out party is like, hey, I'm this fucking player. Like the reason everybody was looking towards him was actually the first Rift Rivals.
Okay.
The first Rift Rivals, we went into it being like, NA's going to get crushed. EU's got G2 and Fnatic and whoever else was good at that time. And NA's sending Cloud9, TSM, and Phoenix One, and they don't even look that good. And then Phoenix One shit on everyone.
Oh.
Mike Young was just early. Like, if you want to see some interesting shit, just because, like, knowing that this guy's a no-name, go back and watch those off YouTube.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, Mike Young was just showing up in early carry. Like, he was getting, like, 5-0-2. Like, and you're just like, what is going on? And he's, like, destroying people on Nidalee and stuff. It was just like, more of this! More of this! So, yeah. But yeah, so I'm excited to see him back on Echo Fox. I'm sure it'll take a little bit for him to get in tune and doing well.
I'm really hoping it takes at least a week because that gives me a chance for Golden Guardians to get a freebie.
Right. Maybe it'll just take a day. Oh wait, no, it's day 2 you play. Maybe it'll take the second day.
Yeah.
The first day he'll be great. I mean, to be fair,
maybe.
I would say he gets to play FlyQuest as a warm-up. If there's a time to start on a new team, it's against the team that's won one game this whole split.
But it's also, FlyQuest's best chance for them to win, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But yeah, alright, well, any other thoughts going for next week?
I'm so excited to be back to
LCS?
Yes, but only because, like, I didn't have time for Rift Rivals. If I had the time, I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, Rift Rivals is fun and all, but, like, I think just the fact that we left NA in a state of flux, like, I mean, 100 Thieves is all set on the way up. Still, what's going on with FlyQuest? Is CLG good? TSM Cloud9 TL. What the fuck's going on? TL finally look like they're pulling away.
Yeah.
You're like, you have
find out next week.
Yes, that's
exactly. That's what it feels like. Like there's so many fucking like loose plot ends like hanging out there. You're like, okay, whoever wrote this, like, hire anyone other than D&D to finish it up.
I got that reference. It's funny.
They're the writers
of the last season of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, like the last couple seasons.
Oh, maybe I liked 7. I liked 7.
I mean, the first how many seasons were just like based off the books.
Okay, yeah.
I'd never seen a single episode of Game of Thrones.
Except for season 8.
Yeah. But
season 7 has one
I'm curious to see 102,
scenes, so.
And Poe Belter needs to step up. Yes, he does. Poe Belter needs to step the fuck up.
Yeah.
But,
get up there, Popes.
And is everybody else excited that next season we're going to have Dignitas back? We talked about that a little bit. And the sale of Optic went through. Immortals Gaming now owns Optic. We don't know if the branding will switch in LCS. I think it will.
Of course it will.
Because I know, like, in CSGO and like Halo and stuff, they're going to keep the Optic branding because Optic is a shooter team and has been for a long time. So I don't think they'll move that over to Immortals. But I believe Immortals branding will come back to the LCS. Which, I mean, at that point...
It's in their best interest because I would get them... I mean, fans would be happy about that.
At that point, there's only one bad brand left in the league.
Clutch.
100 Thieves?
100 Thieves.
Oh, wait.
Clutch is becoming Dignitas.
And then,
Optic will become
but 100
Immortals.
Thieves, isn't 100 Thieves like a long-standing organization in the LCS? Like,
no.
They're not gonna...
They were new last year.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
They Clutch, Optic were the 3 newbies
They're
last
like,
year.
we've got designers. We can design cool things. We're going to make you wear awesome jerseys. We're going to put you in baseball jerseys with some awesome stripes. You're going to go see the Yankees.
Woo!
And the Red Sox, I don't know. They saw...
It's the Yankees.
It was the Yankees. I was like, I hate everything about you, and you guys suck.
Yeah.
It's better than this one.
But that one's already going to be Dignitas, so it's fine.
Yeah, no more Texas Roadhouse steaks.
Steaks! Okay, if a team just had a jersey that said steaks,
maybe
I would be in.
Maybe.
Speaking of jerseys, I know I posted it in the...
I didn't like that.
Oh, you didn't like them?
Okay, so can you pull them up?
The Captain America TL jerseys, I believe is what you're getting to at, right?
And the Iron Man ones.
They had Iron Man ones too?
Yeah, did you not click on the links that
I did not.
No, I just saw the picture and I thought that was enough.
I don't like that.
I didn't like the Captain America.
Okay, so they have the Avengers
okay,
ones.
no, I did see that
like
one.
that
So those ones are super cool. The Iron Man ones.
Okay.
No.
And the Captain America
Yeah,
ones.
no, the only ones are just the Avengers ones.
Yeah.
Cloud9 had red, white, blue jerseys going on too. They were all right.
I like how they even got H-Box in there.
Yeah.
Picture.
Who?
Hungry Box. He's a Smash player.
That's awesome.
Chase getting nerdy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I like when they do special jerseys. I always think that it's fun. Even if I don't like the jersey, at least it's fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Unless you're 100 No. 100 Thieves. Just you remember the preseason episode we did when we had the new teams coming in, like, and
that was so many beers ago.
Right. But you remember, because you, me, and Zane, like, did a breakdown, and we,
yeah.
I was just like, right away, I'm like, 100 Thieves is the worst one. I hate it. I think you were kind of okay with it. Zane kind of liked it. I was just like, I hate it. It looks like something a 12-year-old would be like, my team's so badass. We're the 100 Thieves, bro. It's a scribbly writing. It kind of looks spray painted, dude. And I'm like, what? Okay, what's your team about? We only play Yasuo.
They're just super edgy, yeah.
Yeah, like
They shop at Edgelords R Us.
in the top like Yasuo, in the mid like Yasuo. In the jungle, 2 Yasuos tied together with barbed wire.
Sadly, they can only play unranked matches. Free pick?
One for All has been around in a while.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, there's a mode that you could do it in.
One for All, yeah. All right, well, I think that's gonna wrap up this episode of League of Vloggers. We'll see you next week. Are we back on Monday next week, I believe?
I believe so. Everything should
think
be
so.
normal.
Back on Monday. All right, well, I guess we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.